Hey guys, what's good? I'm Andre and today I want to walk you guys through a couple of trades. One of them is gonna be bullish, one of them is gonna be bearish, and I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to decide which direction you think that the market is gonna head in. Now, before we jump in guys, I do wanna have a quick look at the markets and give you my take on what I think that we're gonna be in. Obviously, do your own due diligence, try to figure out things on your own as well. But yeah, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe down below. We're gonna plant 100 trees as soon as we reach 1,000 subscribers. Guys, help me out and we're gonna help the planet out as well. Cool guys, so for starters I would like to have a look at the Nasdaq here. Now obviously ever since December we have been making progress towards a bear market. We are now officially in bear market for the Nasdaq, down more than 20% from peaks. Now obviously as you guys can see, we have a very clear trend over here, a very clear pattern, and if you allow me to pick up a polyline over here or something of that nature, you guys can see that we started making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows again, lower highs again, and then again and again. Actually, throughout April we were really close to breaking this peak that we made over in February, but we failed, and then here we are back today where things are going quite interestingly and are getting quite crazy. Now obviously between inflation fears, between the war in Ukraine and just everything else that's going on around the world, including supply chain issues, there's a lot of deprecating factors from a market point of view, especially in the fundamental part of the market. And with that in mind, that's exactly why, although usually I am a bullish guy, this time I'm still a bit bearish. Now I do want to draw your attention out to 4th of May here, when we had our last rate hike, now, or second to last rather. As you guys can see, we had a bit of a rally, and then last time we had a rate hike, we had another bit of a rally over here to the upside. I do believe that we are now in the same type of rally. Bear market rallies do tend to be extremely severe, extremely vicious, and very, very seductive for those of us who are otherwise out and in cash. Now, levels that I'm looking at here, if we do manage to break this $296-300 level over here, which I think is gonna be a tough one to break in all honesty, I am looking at this level. Now, if we manage to get across this previous peak from June, everything is fair game, and I think we might be able to start making higher highs. That being said guys, I do need to be honest with you all and to say that I am mostly positioned bearish right now. I do think that there's more downside here, and I'm sorry for one too many levels and charts and whatever on my screen here, but I do want to draw your guys' attention down over here to the 61.8% fib level from the March pullback from COVID all the way to the peak. We have a 61.8% low over here that I really thought we were gonna hit now. I do still think that we're potentially going to hit it in the next couple of weeks, maybe a month. It really depends on what June is going to come out with regards to, or July rather, with regards to June's CPI report, and I do still think that it's very likely to be higher than expected again, or rather higher than last time around, not necessarily than expected, but definitely higher than last time around. And this is mostly due to energy prices and to oil prices, and I think that for as long as we don't really manage to get a solution for those, we're still going to be suffering quite a bit. Now with this in mind guys, let's jump right into the couple of stocks that I wanted to emphasize today. And actually guys, the very first one that I want to emphasize is a bullish one. It's XLE. Now this is the energy sector from within the S&P. I think that we have a pretty big opportunity here to bounce off of the 150-day moving average over here, this red one. As you guys can see, it acted as support quite a few times before in its history, and then if we go further back, it even acted as resistance on a few occasions. So it's definitely a very important level that a lot of traders are going to be watching. If we have a look at the weekly chart, we can see that there is also a little bit of a horizontal support over here, albeit not much of one in full honesty, but definitely one to have eyes on and to keep on your radar. Now for me personally, again, I am more positioned bearish right now. I do have more bearish trades than bullish ones, except for my long-term positions have for the most part remained unscathed. But yeah, I would ideally like to see maybe the MACD turning slightly greener or starting to go back towards zero here potentially, but right now I still am a bit hesitant. I want to make sure that we have a proper support here, and honestly guys, with what's this, it's sort of 24% upside. I'm not in a hurry to capture all of that. Even if it turns out to be a smaller percentage than that, I will probably end up doing a put debit spread and try to capture sort of a $10-15 spread and see how that goes. But I'm still giving it a couple of days here to see exactly how it's gonna potentially work out. Now, for the bearish trade that I want to emphasize for you guys, I'm looking at Boeing actually, because as you guys are going to see here on the chart, Boeing is coming up against not only this, what is it, the 50-day moving average, this bluish one, which acted as resistance once, twice, and then as, or actually 3 times, and then as support if we look back on the chart. But we are also coming up against this horizontal support line over here, right about the $142 range, plus minus. Obviously these horizontal support lines are never working to like the absolute cent. And then if we look on the 4-hour chart, it's starting to be a bit oversold at the same time. Not by a huge margin, but definitely a tad bit. So Boeing, guys, is one that I see still some bearishness on. I think that anything related to airline industry is still gonna be suffering for a while. What I would do with Boeing here would also probably be a put debit spread in this case. I think I might have made a mistake with XLE. I would go for a debit spread, but it would have to be a call debit spread in order for it to work, since we're bullish on the stock basically. For Boeing, we're bearish on the stock. I'm aiming for a bear trade, put debit trade, and again, not in a hurry to capture all of it. Although I do have a position in it, I'm probably gonna double down once I see confirmation of my thesis, and again, it's gonna probably be in the form of seeing the MACD curving a bit more, maybe seeing the RSI get rejected, seeing the price get rejected first and foremost over here. I would also honestly love to see that the crossing between the 9-day EMA, which is this light blue line, and this purple line, which is the 21 EMA. I would love to see a rejection here, because that would definitely confirm my bias and I would be way more at ease with my decision. But otherwise, I'm probably targeting put spread of something like 130, 125 or 120, depending on your risk appetite. Now, that's about it, guys, for today. More than happy to break these trades down further for you guys. I might make a follow-up where I just jump into the trades and plan them out, maybe in options profit calculator, so you can visualize them. But this is all for today. Tune in tomorrow and we'll have a look at those. Have a fantastic day, guys. Take care.